Alright, today I'm gonna teach you how to solve a Rubik's Cube, a 3x3, but it's already solved, so, I have to mix it up. So I'm gonna have Tristan mix it up. Alright, now it's mixed up. We need to get the white cross, which is just a cross on the white side. First, we need to find all the white edges, and I already see two. This one's already matched up with its center. So blue is already lined up with its blue center, so it's in the right spot. And this one is green, but it's on the red. So I'm going to just move it over to the green. So I'm going to move it down to the bottom layer, move it over, and I'm going to move it up. So now it is all aligned. Now I just need to get the red and the orange. And I see that the red one is over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move it to the bottom layer. I'm going to move it over. So now it's aligned with the red. I'm going to move it up. So now we just need one more cross piece, and I see it right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move it over to the side. I'm going to move it. I'm going to move the middle layer down. I'm going to move it back. I'm going to replace the top layer. And now I have the white cross. Now we are going to flip the cube over and work on the corners. And the first one I see is this, white, orange, and green, and it needs to go in between the green and orange. So I'm going to do an insert move, so it's R, U, R prime, and it's already in. And then I see this white, red, and green, which is going to go between the red and green. I'm going to do the same thing, R, U, R prime. And I see the blue, red, and white. It's going to be the opposite. It's going to be L prime, U prime, L. And the last one I see is this white corner. And it's going to be R, U, R prime. Now, after you get the corners, you want to get the edges. And luckily I already got one, which is the green and orange. So I'm going to look for another one. And you want all your edges on the top layer. And none of them should have yellow. So I see this one, so I'm going to go ahead and match the orange up with the orange center. And you see this blue color, and it needs to go here. And I'm going to move it away from the blue, so opposite of the top color. I'm going to move the right side up, move this back, move this down, and I've created an edge pair. I'm going to insert that using the left insert move, U prime, L prime, U, L, and that solves your edge. And another one I see is this red and blue. So it's going to be the same thing, but just opposite. I'm going to move it to the green this time because blue is on this side. I'm going to move that left side up. I'm going to replace it. I'm going to move it down to make that edge pair. I'm going to insert it, just like that. Now I see this one, so I'm going to align it opposite top color, so red to orange, left side up, align, down, edge pair, insert. And now after you get the first two layers, you're going to want to work on this top side. And you're going to get 4 cases. You want to get to the yellow cross. You're either going to get a yellow center with just maybe a random corner piece, or you could get something like this, like arrow, ignore the 2 corner pieces, or you could get something like this, like a bar, a horizontal bar. If you're lucky, you will already have the yellow cross. But if you start out with any of these, want to start out with, if you have the arrow, you're going to want one edge facing away from you and one facing to the left. You're going to do this move, F, R, U, L, R prime, U prime, F prime. And that gets to the bar. You're going to do it again. And now you have the yellow cross. Next, you're going to want to orientate your yellow centers, which are all of these, just like the white side, just opposite. Okay, so I see this red and blue one. So I'm going to have one face away and one face to the left. I'm going to do a move, and it is R, U2, R prime, U prime, R, U prime, R prime, U prime. Now all your centers are aligned, but you could get something like you could get something like this, where you have the two centers opposite of each other. So I have green and blue. So you're just going to do it twice, and you're going to have one face towards you and one face away. You're going to do the same algorithm. And now you have the red and the green. You're going to do the same thing and do it your U prime. And now all of your centers are aligned. Next, you're going to want to orientate your corners. You don't want them solved, but you want them in the right place. Like this one is already in the right place because it's in between the red and green and the yellow. So really, if I just flip that corner, it'd be solved, but you know, that's cheating, so you can't do that. So you want this solved piece in the bottom right corner, and you're going to do an algorithm, and it's O prime, U, R, U prime, L, U, R prime, U prime. And now you should have all of your corners orientated and probably maybe one solved. But if that doesn't happen, just repeat it. And I have one solved corner, so I'm going to have this one in the bottom right and do the same algorithm. Do it again. And now all the corners are orientated. Now you're going to do that same move with the solved corner in the bottom right. You're going to do R, U2, R prime, U prime, R, U prime, R prime. And then L prime, U2, L, U, L prime, U, L. You're going to do it again. And you might need to switch it around a bit. And now you should have two sides solved. And you can either have headlights, or you could have the yellow pieces facing out the sides. And you're going to do the same algorithm with them facing out, or have the solved side to your left. And that is how you solve the cube.